All right, guys, a story from CNN.com. I always get criticized by at least one person when I do a story from CNN. Look, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, look, I know that they're all very questionable. Okay, I know they're shaky when it comes to news media. I don't, buy into a lot of what they say. But when they give you the most information on a certain incident, I leave it up to you guys to decide how you feel about it. And trust me, I read 3 or 4 of these when I'm doing a story like this one. I read 3 or 4 different, try to get as much information as I can. A lot of times they say the same thing. You know that, right? That when someone does a news story, they share that story. And did you know that like 7 different news outlets can give you the same story in the same exact verbiage? You know why that is? They all share the information. Anyway, concerning this one, a former Northern California police officer imprisoned in connection with a fatal shooting will not be charged for a second fatal shooting which led to the death of Tyrell Wilson, a 32-year-old black man, the Contra Costa District Attorney's Office announced Friday. Now, this is the one I'm just going to paraphrase. You can read it in the description box below. But that's the one where the guy that was in the middle of the street and the cop is like, trying to get him out of the street, and he pulled a knife and the cop was like, drop the knife, drop it. And he like took 2 steps forward and then he had the knife to his chest going, kill me. So the cop killed him and shot him. He had the knife in his own chest and took a couple steps forward, and the cop shot him because he was coming at him with a knife in his own chest going, kill me, kill me. So he granted his request. Probably why he's not charged, right? No, he granted a request. He didn't murder him. Right. Wilson was hospitalized and died from fatal gunshot wound 2 days later, according to the law enforcement involved fatal incident report, which summarized the opinions and analysis of 2 use of force experts and included a legal analysis of the encounter between Hall and Wilson, explaining the charging decision. Now, the report concluded after reviewing all available evidence, one reasonable conclusion points to innocence and another reasonable conclusion points to guilt. As such, no criminal charge will be brought in this matter at this time. So they're saying, according to the evidence, he's either guilty or he's innocent. So we're not going to charge him. I guess. I'm confused by that. Now I'm going to finish with this here, where District Attorney Diana Becton said in a statement, "This was difficult and challenging case. My legal team and I spent considerable amount of time and resources evaluating the evidence before coming to this conclusion. As a community, we need to find ways to de-escalate law enforcement encounters where the use of force leads to tragic outcomes. Cops cannot de-escalate no matter, no what, no how. Cops do not know how to de-escalate. Do you know why? Because it questions their authority. Obey me or I'm shooting you. End of. No, hey man, what's your problem? Why do you have a knife in your chest there? Oh, what are you trying to stab yourself? What's going on? No, pow! He stepped toward me. Well, apparently they're saying, yeah, he's not going to be charged. Why would he? Now, check it out. I said I would end with that, but last thought, final thought. Check this out. He's in prison for a fatal shooting. A second fatal shooting before he was imprisoned comes up, and they're evaluating that, and they say, well, we're not going to charge him for that fatal shooting. He's in prison for another fatal shooting, though. What does that mean? This guy has the tendency to criminally, fatally shoot people. And they say, oh, we found another fatal shooting of his. Oh, he's not guilty. He's already in prison. What are we going to do? Add on? Yeah,